What's going on, guys? Pdaaaawg here, and welcome to DOTDs episode 16. I haven't done one in quite a while, haven't done one since Evolution 2012, and it's kind of annoying because I do have a lot of ideas for DOTDs, but I just never really got a chance to record them. So this one's quite a special one, it's quite an impromptu one that I only thought up of like a couple of hours ago. And I actually put some extensive work into this one, if you can believe it, because for the first time I'm actually going to have multiple photos in this one. They're not going to be like too special, but I figured I might as well give some variety in this one. And pretty much I just have to like find out the times when I talk about the certain things, and then I'll just stick the appropriate photo in. So anyway, so what was happening was, here's some backstory on what I'm going to talk about, alright? I've been playing Street Fighter since September of 2010, whenever I was watching DSP's footage of it, and I figured, oh, I might as well pick it up. And also at that time the King of Fiat forums is just starting, so I was so the fighting game community there was kind of big, and then I figured, oh, I might as well, join in. I joined some of their online tournaments because pretty much everyone there was American, and I think it was like about 60% American, 40% British, I would say, or maybe like 35% British and 5% international. So I kind of joined that. I was really bad at the time, so I like hardly won anything. But those guys were pretty good for, at that level. I thought they were really good, alright? So for the next like 6 months or so, I started training with them, and in particular, shoutouts to Razclown on this one, because he was one of the main guys I would like help train with. Unfortunately, we have split our separate ways, and he actually is a Street Fighter PC mod, which is pretty cool. Anyway, but that's besides the point. So he was training me how to play Street Fighter. He taught me all about footsies and anti-airs and stuff, or at least the basics of them. He didn't like go really in depth because it was online, and also because there was an American-Irish connection, so it wasn't really that good. Well, no, it was pretty good for that, but it wasn't like the best connection ever. It was just kind of okay. So what happened was I got taught by him. The reason, by the way, why this is happening is because nobody in my area played the game. Whenever I picked up the game, I thought like no one in Northern Ireland played the game, okay, and like no one in Ireland in general played the game, because I was like I was just so oblivious to like the offline scene in here. And in my area, that's true. Nobody still plays it. As most of you will know, Cameron or Unseen plays the game, but he doesn't play it he rarely plays it. He plays it only whenever like I'm at his house or something. And also his friend Owen or Rise, he also plays. I hate calling people like gamer tags, it's dumb. So yeah, Owen, he also plays the game. He's alright, I guess. Like I beat him in a 1st to 10, but Cameron hasn't uploaded the footage, so whatever. Anyway, so yeah, he's actually like an up and comer, I think. Like if he sticks to that game, which he sticks to fighting games. Good job, good on him. So if he sticks in that, he'd be really good, alright? So what's happening is those are like the only 2 people that play the game. And apart from some other guy that plays it, but that's only because he liked the quote unquote he likes the anime, which is the only person I've ever met that actually plays Street Fighter because of the anime. But he's not good at the game, so I'm not even gonna mention him. So that happened, and I was just like, well, the only training I can get is online. So for those 6 months I was only being trained online. I was playing ranked all the time. I was like literally constantly playing ranked. I was one of those like online warriors that sucked. We all know them now. They still exist, where they just all they do is just play online. Every time you go online, they're there. They're pretty bad. They're B rank but lower. I actually never was B rank but lower. I just hit B rank and that was it. So. And that was back whenever I played Jury. I fought DSP in January of 2011. I learned Ryu, and I've been learning him ever since, and he's still my main to this day. So that was all that was going on in the online community. Now, it wasn't until like last October whenever I actually found out that, oh my gosh, there's actually a tournament going on in Belfast, which is pretty much the closest place to me that the people actually play Street Fighter. So I figured, I might as well attend. What's the worst that could happen? And I actually made a load of videos doing my tournament practice, but I was not prepared for like the mentality. And I've already talked about this in DOTDs episode 7, I believe, where it was my fighting game tournaments, and I'm pretty embarrassed with that because I didn't really know anything at that time. I was just kind of like, I was so shocked that I got beat like instantly that I was just like oh my gosh, what the heck happened? And I'm going to talk about some of the stuff I've learned over the past couple of days, and about the Irish fighting game community, and what I've learned, and the players, the tournaments and stuff, all other good stuff. So let me start with what happened at that tournament, like a very brief version of DOTDs episode 7. or I think it was 7. It might be 8. I'm not too sure. But what happened was I went there in Belfast, and there was a bunch of people who were just sitting there playing. They were playing Cody and Akuma, and I thought, oh my gosh, these guys are pretty good. Little did I know that these two are some of the top players in Ireland, with the Cody player being in the big 3 that I'll get to later. And I played the guy in casuals. He bodied me free. He was actually in the same bracket as me in the tournament. He bodied me free, and I was just like, what do I do? I didn't know it was being streamed. I don't think there's any archive footage of it on YouTube. I checked and it's not there. I believe the tournament was called Clash Counter, I think its name was. I thought it was Northern Clash, but it wasn't. It was actually Clash Counter 2 or 3. It was held in Queen's University Student Union, I believe, or whatever it was. So that happened, and I was just like, okay, well, that's it. So I didn't hear from them again. It wasn't until recently that I discovered that in Dublin, in the Republic of Ireland, there's actually a big fighting game scene, and I did not know that. Like I was looking through footage, and there's actually like the Irish Evo qualifier. I thought, oh, that's gonna be free because nobody flipping plays in there. Little did I know that like some of the people that went there are actually like really good, and then that falls into one of the points that I want to talk about in this Dose of the DAWG. So I have several points I want to make once I've reiterated all the stuff about the Irish fighting game community. So from what I know, most of them play AE, some of them play Marvel, which is pretty funny because nowhere in my area actually sells Marvel, so you know, I can't really play it, I can't train it. Owen actually got his copy from online, so I guess if I have to train in that game, that's all I'll have to do too. But I noticed that they all played AE, and I thought, okay, well that's fair enough. You know, I have some new people to play with. Now, as most of you be familiar with, I train mostly with Sandman, Kyle, and Liam, Mr. K, and I train with them quite a lot. But the thing is, like, I've been playing a lot more ranked. I've been trying to find some big competition, because we've been playing each other for so much that we pretty much know our playstyles at this point, and I'm trying to find like some stuff fresh. I'm not saying I want to like abandon them or anything, definitely not, but I just want to like kind of find like a new place, you know, where I can mingle and get some new practice in against maybe characters I've never played with, because I literally am just Balrogged out in AE, because like almost everyone I play with them plays Balrog. So anyway, so I realised that they actually do have like weekly events in Dublin, and from what I've heard, they also have weekly events in Belfast. But I haven't heard more information about that. And besides, it's like a 1-hour bus journey up there, so I don't want to get a 1-hour bus, you know, up to Belfast every week, you know, just to go to like 1 hour of casuals or whatever it is. But I noticed that they had that there stuff, and I decided I might as well chat with one of the players called Ladnapoka, who is the Cody player that I was talking about, and I'm going to go into more detail about him in a little bit whenever I go through all the players I am familiar with at this point. So I started speaking with him, and he was talking about the fighting game scene and stuff, and he was saying, you know, you should go to this website, and the website's called randomselect.ie, and I'm going to link it in the description. If you're an Irish Street Fighter player, I'd highly recommend you check that out, because pretty much everyone in the Irish fighting game community is almost like one big family, where we kind of all know who each other are, or at least the people actually go to tournaments. It's similar to like in America, where everyone, you know, pokes fun at Mike Ross, and you have all like the usual people show up for like the tournaments, and it's kind of similar to that in Ireland, but obviously it's not as big, because, you know, Ireland is a pretty small country. So I checked that out, and I figured, oh, I might as well go to the chat. I went on the chat yesterday, and I discovered a lot more about it and about the players. I fought a few casual matches against them, and that's going to fall into one of my points later on. But let me talk about the players, alright? So I'm going to have to actually keep track of the time so I can slip in the photos. But the first player I'm going to talk about is the guy I just mentioned, and his name is Ladnapoka. And Ladnapoka is a Cody player from Ireland, and I heard he's from like Russian origins or something. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But he's one of the big 3. He's an A+ ranked Cody player, 5,000 player points online. But he says he doesn't really like online that much. But you know, he has huge points. He is definitely probably one of the top Cody players in the world right now, I will say, because not that many people play Cody to begin with, and his Cody, from what I've seen in like replays, I haven't like played him ever since my last tournament back whenever I wasn't that good, but still I'm pretty sure he'd body me free. But from what I've seen, you know, he has really good like footsies and stuff. He really understands the character. You know, he just like he makes some incredible reads sometimes at like Ultra 2. I believe that's like one of his main ultras, which similar to me. Whenever I play Cody, that's my main ultra as well, Ultra 2. So I see a lot of stuff like that about him, and it just boggles me that this guy, you know, playing Cody, and it that kind of is like the running theme where like a lot of the characters that Irish people play aren't like usual characters, and it's nice and diverse. It isn't like everyone plays Akuma or everyone plays Seth. In fact, I haven't even seen a Seth player yet in Ireland, which I think is ridiculous. Like most, like you know, the characters I play, the characters I play are Rose, Zangief, Ryu, and Seth. Those are like the 4 characters I play. Like Rose is like the only character where someone else plays, you know, someone of a high level. All the rest of those ones, I think Ryu is like a sub for most of the people, but like Zangief and Seth, like, I haven't seen a single Zangief or Seth player there yet, unless you're talking about Problem X. But he's actually from the UK, but he goes to Ireland just to like win tournaments. But anyway, so yeah, back to Lad Napoca. He wins quite a lot of tournaments. He's one of the like the big 3 are like the 3 people that win the most tournaments, and yeah, like it's ridiculous just some of the stuff he can do, and he is pretty unbeatable at times, so that's crazy. The second player I want to talk about in these here big 3 is Pdaaaawg. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know how you pronounce it, so you know, don't quote me on that, and I apologize if I pronounced it wrongly. What? But he's a Kami player, and this is like the only Kami player in Ireland that I am aware of, and I'm just like, wow, because I mean Kami is really good in that game, and I'm gonna make a video pretty much stating about how good Kami really is in Street Fighter. But he's another really good player where he plays Kami and also plays Rose and like as like a side, which I think is really cool, because you don't see that many Rose players anymore. Like they're all kind of gone. They all kind of left after Super or after AE whenever she got nerfed. So it's good to see he's playing that there, and his Kami is pretty outstanding as well. He's another one of those people that would win the tournaments, and oh, you see, like those are like the people like I'm saying that these are the big 3, but there's plenty of other really good Irish players, and I'm going to get to that once I talk about after I talk about the third guy. And speaking of the third guy, like I don't really know much about Pdaaaawg because I haven't really seen many videos of him. He wasn't in the chat whenever I was talking, you know, whenever I was in there, so I don't really have much to say about him, I'm afraid, or at least yet. I'll probably make an update video on this like whenever I actually get to know them a lot more. And the final guy I want to talk about, the final guy in the big 3, is actually a pretty infamous Honda player, and his name is Stevo, who plays Honda. I think I forget what his gamer tag is, but it's a pretty crazy gamer tag. He's an A rank Honda online, and he's actually pretty well known. He's won both of the Evo qualifiers in Ireland, and he's went to Evo, and I think in Evo 2011 he actually, like, I'm not sure, I think he beat Chris Hu, and Chris Hu said that his Oni was quote unquote godlike, and he almost beat Flash Metro, and Flash Metro said he had to rethink the Honda matchup after playing him. He's an outstanding player. He's another guy that will win like almost all the tournaments. Like those are the big 3. If those 3 went to a tournament, you know, it'd be one of those 3 that'd be winning it for sure, or if one of them went over that, they'd probably be the one that won it. So that's them. And once again, Honda is a pretty weird, you know, character to be playing, you know, to be at a really high level with. So you got Cody and you got Honda, and those are like the best character. Those are like the best characters in the Irish fighting game community, which I think is it's crazy that somebody can like take these characters and actually like be really good with them, and like, you know, go to Evo and stuff and do really well. So, you know, shout outs to them for sure. So those are like the big 3. But in general, like I'm gonna actually mention a few other people I know of in the Irish fighting game community. There is a really strong Akuma player by the name of I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's something like Jun DP or something. I don't know, is it Jun or Jun or whatever. But he was also in the first tournament I went to, who I thought was Chinese, which he wasn't. But let's just not talk about that. So I've seen him around. He actually plays really strong Akuma. He's B+, he's about 3,000 player points, and he's like a really strong player. He also plays Sagat. You see him plays quite highly in tournaments, but people say he's not really in the top 3. You know, like he's not in like the realm of those 3. But I'm not too sure. I'm still kind of new to this, so I can't really quote on that. But these are like my first impression thoughts on the Irish fighting game community, anyway. So you have Jun DP there. In addition, you have another player who I'm not too sure how he like fits in to the Irish fighting game community, but I know that quite a lot of people know him, and his name is Flowchart Fergus, and Flowchart Fergus is or Fergus, either one of them. I think he organised the most recent tournament, which is in Fergus, even though it was originally called Inferno, and he plays Sakura, and I don't really know. I haven't really seen many videos of him. Like, I'm not sure how good he is or anything, but I have heard, you know, good things about him, and a lot of people, like, he's another one of those people where, like, quite a lot of people would, like, joke around with, from what I've heard anyway. And, you know, he was one of those guys that was always talking to me, so shoutouts to him for sure. And that's pretty cool, I think, for him. And also another Sakura player, which is, see, all these diverse characters. You got Akuma, you've got Cody, you've got Kami, you've got Honda, and you've got Sakura. And the final guy I want to mention is the guy that streams all of this, like the spooky of Ireland, and his name is Brian Von Doom, or Von Doom, or Doom for short, whatever you want to call him. But he plays Gal. He still plays the game. He plays Gal in Street Fighter, and he pretty much is the guy that streams most of the footage. He has his YouTube channel at Brian Von Doom, which I'll link in the description as well. I will link the people in the description that actually have YouTube channels, because I'm pretty sure Ladnapoka has one, but he doesn't really do much in it, from what I'm aware of. He doesn't do as much as me, at least. I do quite a lot. And Brian Von Doom is always the guy that uploads all of the tournament footage. I believe I actually fought him at Clash Counter, and I think the matches were kind of close, because I did recognize a guy with quite a big beard at that time, because I'm pretty sure that's what he looked like, you know, on the camera. So those are like the players I'm aware of. I know I probably missed out a few. Like, some of the people, like, I'm just gonna mention, I don't really know much about, are Bush80, who's a really strong Blanca player. I do know there's a guy that I played. There's a Bison player. His name is like Aza or something. He's a really strong Bison player. He made me, in the words of Flash Metroid, he made me rethink the Bison match. He was the one guy I played with casuals, and I was just like, what? I did not get any of it. So that leads me nicely on to my next point, which is that I really need to step up my game, because Ireland are miles ahead of me in terms of like skill. Because I see like some people play Street Fighter, and I'm just like, wow, it's crazy. Because I added a bunch of people on my friends list on Xbox Live, and I was just looking at their player points and battle points, and I was just like, wow, like everyone in Ireland is like 3,000 player points plus, and I'm sitting here like 2,000 and 2,500, and I'm just thinking, like, how the heck, you know? It seems like the entire country of Ireland is better than me at this game, so I'm just kind of sitting here like, oh, you know, what have I been doing all this time? You know, I've been playing this game for like, you know, almost 2 years now, and I'm free against these people. I'm getting like I haven't played them in proper matches yet, but like from those instances, it looks like I'm gonna get bodied left and right. So I'm gonna have a lot to learn. If I go to tournaments, I'm probably going to get 0-2 about 100 times, because I did not expect this as well. Whenever I first picked up the game, I didn't think anyone played it, so I just thought, oh, I'm the best at this game in the country because nobody plays it. But now that I've discovered all these people, I'm just like, wow, I really don't stand a chance. Especially against people like Ladnapoka, Cobblecog, and Stevo, John DP, you know, all those people who just body me free, or at least, you know, from what I do have evidence of Ladnapoka and John DP bodying me for free. And like, I would mainly just be going there for like the experience. I would really love to go to those tournaments for like commentary and stuff, as I always wanted to like go into commentary. And as most of you would know, I do like doing a lot of talking in my ranked sets, in these Dose of the DAWGs, in my Pvlogs. I'm always talking, you know, I'm always actively like talking about all kinds of subjects, whether it be Street Fighter or anything else. So like, even whenever I upload Modern Warfare 3 footage, I still talk quite a lot, you know, even if it's not like proper gameplay and commentaries of HD PVR quality, it's still, you know, the commentary is still there. And that's why I think I'm kind of as successful as I am, with 111 subscribers at this point. And not many Irish people know about my channel, I don't think. So I might try and like make it known to them that there's an Irish Street Fighter player that's actually like actively posting up footage and, you know, showing off his game plan to the world so that he'll never win at a tournament. So Ireland, you know, they're really good. They have some of the best characters. I mean, in terms of people that play the characters, they're just beyond me. They're absolutely ridiculous, and I have a lot to learn. Hopefully I can learn quite a lot. Hopefully I can actually start attending tournaments, even though Dublin is about 3.5 hours away from where I live, so it'd be pretty crazy. If I was going to like a tournament there, it'd have to be for like a weekend stay or something. So I'd try and make it. If I had the money and stuff, I would try and make it. Especially if there's a tournament in Belfast, I'd most likely be there. There was a tournament in Belfast that happened recently, but I couldn't attend it because I was just at Belfast for like a week, and I was like, oh, I don't want to, you know, get another. I only discovered this whenever I came back, and I was like, oh, you know, I don't want to like go to Belfast again, you know, get another bus ride and up there, blah blah blah. And even then, I didn't really know that many people. That was before I started getting familiar with everyone, and that's why in my first tournament I felt quite alienated, because I didn't know anyone. I was just there. and then everyone else is, you know, they had their packs of people, and I was just sitting there like, okay, I'm just the loner one here. Hopefully whenever I go to a tournament, people would actually welcome me and they'd be like, oh, you know, it's good to see you. And then I could kind of hopefully join this community that we have here. And that's mainly what I want to like achieve whenever I go to these here tournaments. So that's pretty much it, I think. I hope you enjoyed these little photos I put in, the little comical. And I'm sorry that like the green and like the orange are all different, like different like colors and darknesses and stuff, because it's pretty hard to try and do that, and I had to do it through Google Plus, and it's quite a pain. But for the most part, that's pretty much all I had to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode of the DAWG. I'll be starting a new series starting tomorrow, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. I already have a couple of videos already uploaded on it, or no, already saved up on it, and I just have a case of uploading them. So stay tuned for them. In the meantime, I'm going to start trying to get actively into... I'm going to start leveling my game up for sure. I've got to, like... You know, I can't just dilly-dally anymore. This is, like, real time where I actually have to sit down. Now I actually have to be a threat to these people, even though I get bodied free, you know. At the moment, I'm getting bodied free, but hopefully, with enough training and enough practice, I can become, like, someone that's actually can stand a chance at a tournament, let's put it that way. I don't want to just get 0-2'd every day, even though, like, I'm not there to win. There's no way, if I go to a tournament with those three guys, and I do not expect to win, not by a long shot, but I at least want to try and get somewhere in the tournaments and stuff, because, I mean, why enter a tournament if you're not going to win? I mean, if you're not going to, like, think you're going to win, why would you just enter a tournament, you know, pay that money and just sit there and go, oh, well, I'm going to lose anyway, so, unless it's EVO, where, you know, everyone, you know, you're just there to like meet the people there and all their stuff. But if you're going to like a local tournament, you might as well like try to win. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. That's my leveling up game now. So anyway, my name is Pdaaaawg. I hope you've enjoyed this Dose of the DAWG after quite a while. I'll have a lot more to come, that's for sure, because I still have a lot of ideas to come from. I just haven't been bothered to make them. But now I finally made one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Coming in at 22 minutes, so I'm going to end it here, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.